in the heart of sub-Saharan Africa, where commerce meets progress. Welcome to SOUQ News, your source for business, economy, and development insight to drive nations forward. From the vibrant streets of Lagos, Africa's fastest economic hub, SOUQ News takes you on a journey of discovery, analyzing and reporting the facts that lay the foundation for growth and development. We don't just report the news, we create it. SOUQ News is more than a channel. It is a catalyst for change, spotlighting the stories that shape economies, inspire entrepreneurs, and fuel progress. Covering business, finance, technology, energy, and many more, SOUQ News provides a daily deep dive into the stories that matter, interviews with industry titans, and analysis that empowers your understanding of economic landscape. Join us daily as we dissect, discuss, and deliver the most relevant and factual news on business and the economy. SOUQ News is your trusted guide, empowering you with the knowledge to make informed decisions.
Broad Street. Broad Street, situated in Lagos Island, is steeped in Nigerian history. Once the biggest financial hub of the country, it housed the headquarters of major banks, linked the CBN, the stock exchange, and the loads of lender companies. Broad Street is a historically significant street. It has played a central role in the development of Lagos and history, an important commercial and administrative center for the British colonial authorities. It was also a home to some of the city's earliest modern buildings. Broad Street was a residential area in the pre-colonial era. With the British came the Methodist Boys High School in 1878 and the Broad Street Prison in 1882, renamed Freedom Park. The General Hospital, which was a British military hospital, was built in 1893, being the first general hospital in Nigeria. The old British Secretariat building, which is now the Federal Ministry of Justice, was built in 1906. Broad Street has seen a full turn into modern commercial office blocks, complexes, skyscrapers, and markets from the Outer Marina through Akpombo, early into the Adeniji-Adele Road. Broad Street is one of the busiest streets in Nigeria on weekdays, where commercial activities take place day and night. From modern buildings to ancient structures, this street gives one a raw dose of life in Lagos. Broad Street is often referred to as Lagos Financial District. It boasts a mix of architectural styles, reflecting its long history, colonial-era buildings, Victorian and Edwardian architectural features, alongside more modern skyscrapers and structures. Broad Street remains a vital, vibrant part of the Nigerian economy. Broad Street. SOUQ Enlightenment.
We've got just what you need right here at Femi Wash Media. Call it the Midas Touch and you wouldn't be wrong. Let us record, produce, mix and master your audio like nobody does. Reach us on our contact today for the best quality job. Lateef Jakande. Born Lateef Kayode Jakande in the Ekbetedo area of Lagos Island, Lagos State on July 1929. He studied at the Lagos Public School at Enowa, Lagos Island, then at Bonham Memorial Methodist School, Port Harcourt, King's College, enrolled at Ilesha Grammar School, where he edited a literary paper called The Quarterly Mirror. Jakande began a career in journalism in 1949 with the Daily Service and joined the Nigerian Tribune in 1953. The owner, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, appointed Jakande editor-in-chief of the Tribune in 1956. Jakande established John West Publications in 1975 after leaving Tribune and began to publish the Lagos News. He served as the first president of the Newspaper Proprietors Association of Nigeria, NPAN. Jakande ran for election as executive governor of Lagos State in 1979 on the Unity Party of Nigeria platform. His administration was effective and open and implemented the cardinal policies of his party. He introduced housing and educational programs targeting the poor, building new neighborhood primary and secondary schools, and providing free primary and secondary education. He gave poor people's children education, and many of them are now very prominent in the society today. Jakande established the Lagos State University and constructed over 30,000 housing units. After the military takeover in 1983, Jakande was charged, prosecuted, and convicted of treason and later pardoned. He served as Minister of Works under the Sani Abacha military regime. He died in Lagos on February 11, 2021. Lateef Jakande was the first civilian governor of Lagos State. Lateef Kayode Jakande, SOUQ Enlightenment.
My name is Yinka Babalola.
My name is Ijoma Pelokoro.
My name is Joshua Hassan.
I am Rotarian or Mosunde Lawson.
It's Ife Yonwarita Ejeze. My friends call me Ife.
My name is Rotarian Lola Dare.
I'm inviting you to keep watching SOUQ News. It's the right station to tune to.
I like SOUQ News. SOUQ News is good.
I want to charge you all to listen to SOUQ News, watch the news.
You can have unlimited news first time.
Find SOUQ News. Be with SOUQ News. Never switch off. You are better for it. SOUQ News is the real thing.
Listen to their coverage and you'll be glad you did.
Turn to your YouTube, turn to your Instagram, turn to all your digital channels and look for SOUQ News.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Please, guys, keep watching.
SOUQ News.
Broad Street. Broad Street, situated in Lagos Island, is steeped in Nigerian history. Once the biggest financial hub of the country, it housed the headquarters of major banks, linked the CBN, the stock exchange, and the loads of lender companies. Broad Street is a historically significant street. It has played a central role in the development of Lagos and history, an important commercial and administrative center for the British colonial authorities. It was also home to some of the city's earliest modern buildings. Broad Street was a residential area in the pre-colonial era. With the British came the Methodist Boys High School in 1878 and the Broad Street Prison in 1882, renamed Freedom Park. The General Hospital, which was a British military hospital, was built in 1893, being the first general hospital in Nigeria. The old British Secretariat building, which is now the Federal Ministry of Justice, was built in 1906. Broad Street has seen a full turn into modern commercial office blocks, complexes, skyscrapers, and markets from the outer marina through Akpombo, early into the Adeniji Adele Road. Broad Street is one of the busiest streets in Nigeria on weekdays, where commercial activities take place day and night. From modern buildings to ancient structures, this street gives one a raw dose of life in Lagos. Broad Street is often referred to as Lagos Financial District. It boasts a mix of architectural styles, reflecting its long history, colonial-era buildings, Victorian and Edwardian architectural features, alongside more modern skyscrapers and structures. Broad Street remains a vital, vibrant part of the Nigerian economy. Broad Street. SOUQ Enlightenment.
On News Hour today. It's such a delight to have you join us today on News Hour, your home for developmental news from Nigeria and beyond. I am Grace Komolafe. We begin from Nigeria. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has implemented significant increases in minimum capital requirements for banks, effective March 28, 2024, according to a circular released by the Bank, Financial Policy and Regulation Department. Commercial banks with international authorization must now raise their capital base to 500 billion naira, while national banks face a new threshold of 200 billion naira. Acting Director of Corporate Communications, Hakama Sidi Ali, confirmed these reforms, highlighting additional requirements for banks with regional and merchant authorizations. Non-interest banks also face heightened capital demands, with a strict 24-month compliance window set by the CBN to meet the new regulations. Moving on, as the three-party committee on the new national minimum wage concludes its public hearings across the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria, the federal government is contemplating sanctions against states, showing reluctance to implement the new minimum wage. Stakeholders who participated in the public hearing recommended sanctions for non-compliant states, although specific details of these sanctions remain unclear. It is speculated that such states may lose access to federal government grants, with the current minimum wage set to expire on March 31, 2024, and the new rate anticipated to be announced by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on May 1, 2024. The committee is diligently working towards a resolution. And now, the Nigerian Data Protection Commission, NDPC, says it is currently investigating over 400 privacy breach cases attributed to digital lenders, commonly referred to as loan apps. The Commission seeks to impose a ban or restriction on mobile numbers associated with these breaches, despite Google's April 2023 policy banning loan apps from accessing users' photos and contacts. The practice persists, with loan apps being deemed overly intrusive and violating data protection principles. According to the 2023 report released by the Commission, it has taken a systematic approach, collaborating with regulators and third-party platforms to address privacy breaches. Additionally, it is drafting the Nigerian Data Protection Act General Application and Implementation Directive to curb data breaches and ensure data ethics and privacy standards. The Commission is also working with the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, to sensitize the digital lending sector and address consumer compliance, including those filed by citizens gathered against unlicensed digital money lenders. In another development, the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority, NISA, has released its audited results for the 2023 financial year, marking an impressive milestone of 11 consecutive years of positive earnings. With a cumulative annual growth rate of 117.3%, the financial performance shows its robust investment strategy and the resilience of its earnings, even in the face of global macroeconomic and geopolitical challenges. Despite the volatility and uncertainties prevailing in the international markets, the NSIA has demonstrated its ability to navigate through adversity and maintain consistent growth. This achievement reflects the authority's commitment to prudent finance and management, strategic allocation of resources, and adherence to best practices in investment management. Moving on, the Federal Island Revenue Service, FIRS, says it is set to generate 5 trillion naira from value-added tax collections, and the head of Policy and Legislation Division in FIRS, Matthew Osanekwe, disclosed the service's targets at a press conference on the achievement of the support program for tax transition in West Africa, PATF, in Abuja yesterday. While highlighting ongoing reviews of tax exemptions for companies, he noted that the EU-funded support program for tax transition in West Africa has played a pivotal role, fostering regional tax management tools and harmonizing tax expenditure evaluation methods within ECOWAS. Despite Nigeria's relatively low VAT rates, tax collection reforms has improved, prompting discussions on potential VAT rate adjustment. And it's time to take a breather. We'll return with more stories. Don't go anywhere.
We've got just what you need right here at Femi Wash Media. Call it the Midas touch and you wouldn't be wrong. Let us record, produce, mix and master your audio like nobody does. Reach us on our contact today for the best quality job.
My name is Yinka Babalola.
My name is Ijoma Pelokoro.
My name is Joshua Hassan.
I am Rotarian or Mosunde Lawson.
It's Ife Rita Ejeze. My friends call me Ife.
My name is Rosemary.
I'm inviting you to keep watching SOUQ News. It's the right station to tune to.
I like SOUQ News. SOUQ News is good.
I want to charge you all to listen to SOUQ News, watch the news.
You can have unlimited news first time.
Find SOUQ News. Be with SOUQ News. Never switch off. You are better for it. SOUQ News is the real thing.
Listen to their coverage and you'll be glad you did.
Turn to your YouTube, turn to your Instagram, turn to all your digital channels and look for SOUQ News.
Keep watching.
Keep watching.
Please, guys, keep watching
SOUQ News.
Welcome back, and you are still on News Hour. Do ensure to subscribe on all our social media platforms to get updates on various developmental happenings all around the globe. And back to our story, the Federal Operations Unit of the Nigerian Customs Service, NCS Zone B, says it has intercepted goods valued at 769,465,970 and 46 kobo between February 17 and March 28, 2024. The seizures included 698 bags of rice, 367 cartons of spaghetti, macaroni, and couscous, 136 bills of second-hand clothing, along with various other items. Acting Controller General of NCS, Mr. Adewale Adeneyi, emphasized the importance of regularizing improperly imported vehicles within the 90-day window. Following President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's suspension of the 25% penalty previously imposed, aiming to facilitate accessibility for citizens. Away from that, we move to Egypt. Egypt's planning ministry says the population growth in the country, the Arab world's most populous nation, decelerated to 1.4% in 2023. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has long advocated for curbing population growth, attributing strains on services and the government budget to a recent surge in birth rates. With the current population exceeding 106 million, approximately 60% of Egyptians are estimated to live below or near the poverty line, grappling with water scarcity, limited job prospects, and overcrowded educational and healthcare facilities. Despite peaking at 2.8% in 1984.85, population growth has since fluctuated, reaching 1.6% in 2022. The government initiatives, including mega projects aimed at providing employment and infrastructure, have faced criticism for diverting resources and increasing Egypt's debt burden, with Egypt launching the Is Enough family planning campaign in 2019 to challenge traditional norms of large families, particularly in rural areas. Scotland oil producer Capricorn Energy says it has received a payment of $30 million from the Egyptian government to alleviate a portion of its $169 million debt accrued last year. Chief Executive Randy Neely expressed confidence in Egypt's commitment to honoring financial obligations to international investors, citing a long-standing positive track record amidst a strategic shift focusing on Egyptians' assets following shareholders' rewards over mega plans. Capricorn has suspended new drilling and investment activities until reaching a payment agreement with state-owned Egyptian General Petroleum Corporation. Despite posting a 2023 after-tax loss of $144 million, waned from $67.1 million the previous year, the company's receivable from Egypt surged to $168.7 million by the end of 2023, with $143.1 million overdue. Capricorn, in collaboration with Egyptian partner Chevron, is actively seeking waivers from lenders for potential default events related to the company's delayed payment plan to address the receivables situation, although specific details on these waivers were not disclosed. Away from Africa, we move to the Middle East. The vice chairman of the Board of Trustees of Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Global Initiative NBRGI Aziza Development has announced a donation of $163.3 million for the development of an endowment education complex as part of the Mothers Endowment Campaign launched by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai. This campaign aims to establish a $272.2 million empowerment fund to support education sustainable. The donation, among the largest charity contributions in the UAE, was formalized through an agreement signed between NBRGI and Azizi Developments. The education complex to be developed by Azizi will contribute to the campaign's objective of providing educational support globally, with proceeds dedicated to assisting students in completing their education and acquiring future-oriented skills. The project aligns with NBRGI's mission to extend education opportunities to underprivileged communities worldwide, reflecting Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's vision for sustainable charity and educational advancement. Away from the Middle East, now, Japan's unemployment rate saw a modest uptick, rising to 2.6% from the previous month's 2.4%, as reported by government data in February. This increase, while slightly higher than economics' medium forecast of 2.4%, reflects ongoing fluctuations in the labor market. Also, the job-to-applicants ratio, as indicated by separate labor ministry data, experienced a marginal decline to 1.26 from January's 1.727. Despite the slight dip, the ratio remains indicative of a relatively tight job market, with more job openings available compared to the number of individuals seeking employment. These figures underscore the complex dynamics at play within Japan's labor landscape, influenced by various factors including economic conditions, demographic shifts, and government policies aimed at addressing labor market challenges. And now we move to South Korea. As the agitation for wage increase and improved working conditions advance globally, bus drivers in Seoul, South Korea, has ended a strike after securing a 4.48% wage hike negotiated between the city's bus union and employers. The strike, the first in 12 years, disrupted transportation for over 9 million residents before the agreement was reached. The city's buses, operated by private companies under heavy city government regulation and subsidy, returned to regular service post-settlement. Mayor Oshehon emphasized the union's vital role in citizens' daily lives and urged swift resolution, even as the union had initially demanded a nearly 13% wage increase. The strike coincided with ongoing doctor strike over the government's plan to increase medical school admissions, highlighting broader concerns over working conditions and doctor shortages in an aging society. Still to come, UK minimum wage set to increase by 10% effectively April 1. Xiaomi unveils competitive pricing for highly elective vehicle, and we'll be right back.
Broad Street. Broad Street, situated in Lagos Island, is steeped in Nigerian history. Once the biggest financial hub of the country, it housed the headquarters of major banks, linked the CBN, the stock exchange, and the loads of lender companies. Broad Street is a historically significant street. It has played a central role in the development of Lagos and history, an important commercial and administrative center for the British colonial authorities. It was also a home to some of the city's earliest modern buildings. Broad Street was a residential area in the pre-colonial era. With the British came the Methodist Boys High School in 1878 and the Broad Street Prison in 1882, renamed Freedom Park. The General Hospital, which was a British military hospital, was built in 1893, being the first general hospital in Nigeria. The old British Secretariat building, which is now the Federal Ministry of Justice, was built in 1906. Broad Street has seen a full turn into modern commercial office blocks, complexes, skyscrapers, and markets from the outer marina through Akpombo, early into the Adeniji-Adele Road. Broad Street is one of the busiest streets in Nigeria on weekdays, where commercial activities take place day and night. From modern buildings to ancient structures, this street gives one a raw dose of life in Lagos. Broad Street is often referred to as Lagos Financial District. It boasts a mix of architectural styles, reflecting its long history, colonial-era buildings, Victorian and Edwardian architectural features, alongside more modern skyscrapers and structures. Broad Street remains a vital, vibrant part of the Nigerian economy. Broad Street. SOUQ Enlightenment.
The heart of sub-Saharan Africa, where commerce meets progress. Welcome to SOUQ News, your source for business, economy, and development insight that drive nations forward. From the vibrant streets of Lagos, Africa's fastest economic hub, SOUQ News takes you on a journey of discovery, analyzing and reporting the facts that lay the foundation for growth and development. We don't just report the news, we create it. SOUQ News is more than a channel. It is a catalyst for change, spotlighting the stories that shape economies, inspire entrepreneurs, and fuel progress. Covering business, finance, technology, energy, and many more, SOUQ News provides a daily deep dive into the stories that matter, interviews with industry.
Welcome back. And moving on, South Korea is set to launch a high-speed train service amounting to $99.5 billion aimed at reducing travel time between Central Seoul and its outskirts, with hopes to incentivize more youth to consider residing outside the city and starting families. The country, grappling with the world's lowest fertility rate, attributes the decline to factors such as long commutes and expensive housing in Greater Seoul, which houses about half of the population. dubbed the Greater Train Express GTX. The ambitious $99.5 billion underground speed train project aims to establish 6 lines linking Seoul to various outlying areas by 2035. President Yoon Suk Yeol inaugurated a section of the first line, significantly cutting commute time from Suseo to the satellite city of Dangtan from 80 minutes to 19 minutes. Moving on, 4 Canadian school boards are pushing damages exceeding $2.96 billion from social media grants like Meta Platforms and Snap in a lawsuit alleging that the products have adversely affected students. The board asserts that these platforms assigned negligently for compulsive use have fundamentally altered children's behavior, cognition, and learning processes, leading to learning and mental health crises among students. As a result, schools have been compelled to allocate additional resources to support programs. The lawsuit, spearheaded by prominent Canadian school boards, including the Toronto District School Board and Peel District School Board, implicates social media platforms like TikTok alongside Meta and Snap. Represented by Toronto-based law firm Neinstein LLP, over 1,000 affiliated schools are part of the legal action. And now we move to the United Kingdom. The UK minimum wage is set to increase by 10% on April 1, 2024, prompting discussions on broadening its scope. The Low Pay Commission urges the UK government to lower the age threshold for eligibility and reducing the gap between adult and youth rates. This adjustment aims to align the minimum wage closer to 2/3 of median hourly earnings for workers over 21, making one of it the world's highest rates. Chair of the Low Pay Commission, Baroness Philippa Stroud, emphasized the importance of clarity in policy direction, advocating for a consensus-driven approach, considering both worker and employer perspectives. The Commission highlights opportunities to enhance wage protections for workers of all ages, while acknowledging the economic context and employer considerations in shaping future policies. In another development, China's State Administration of Foreign Exchange (SAFE) says it is planning to ease capital movement in and out of the country and promote financial markets deregulation, aiming to attract foreign investors amidst geopolitical tensions. This was announced by Deputy Head Xu Zibin at the annual Boao Forum for Asia. The initiative includes enhancing connectivity between domestic and overseas financial markets, expanding investment opportunities, supporting Chinese companies to list shares and bonds abroad, and encouraging institutional investors to invest offshore. Despite concerns over China's economic health and policy directions, the initiative seeks to reserve the trend of global investors diversifying away from China by offering more favorable investment conditions, even amid tightened scrutiny over national and data security, leading to a decline in overseas listing by Chinese firms in recent years. And we move to tech-related stories. Huawei Technologies has reported notable resurgence in its 2023 report, marking its most rapid growth in 4 years, propelled by a revitalized consumer segment and robust earnings from emerging ventures like smart car components. Despite enduring U.S. sanctions, the company's revenue soared by $97.48 billion. Particularly noteworthy was the 17.3% expansion of the consumer business to 251.49 billion yen, driven by factors such as the successful Mate 660 series in the 5G smartphone market. This recovery signifies Huawei's resilience against U.S. restrictions imposed since 2019, amid allegations refuted by the company. Why this market, the third consecutive year of growth post-2021 revenue decline, it still falls short of the peak revenue reached in 2020. And now, Mazda Motor has entered into an agreement with Panasonic's energy division to secure a steady supply of auto batteries to bolster Mazda's electric vehicle EV manufacturing initiatives. The collaboration, which followed discussions initiated in June last year, revealed Mazda's commitment to its ambitious 1.5 trillion investment plan unveiled in 2022. Panasonic's energy unit, renowned for its battery production for Tesla, will unveil specific partnership details in due course. This move not only enhances Mazda's EV production capacity, but also signifies Panasonic's energy's broader strategy vision, as it currently explores a similar collaboration with Subaru. The partnership marks a significant stride in advancing automotive electrification effort within Japan's competitive market landscape. And finally, Xiaomi, highly anticipated foray into the electric vehicle EV market, is poised to make waves in the world's largest auto market, with the announcement of its first car set to launch with much fanfare. Xiaomi's entry into the EV sector comes with a starting price of $29,869.52 for its standard SU7 model, building on its reputation for offering innovative technology at competitive prices. Xiaomi CEO Liu Jun also revealed that the Pro and Max versions will be priced at $34,013.24 and $41,519.58 respectively. This strategic pricing strategy aims to position Xiaomi as a formidable player in China's burgeoning EV market, tapping into the country's robust demand for eco-friendly transportation solutions. With its sleek design, advanced features, and competitive pricing, Xiaomi's EV lineup is expected to disrupt the automotive industry landscape, offering consumers an attractive alternative in electric vehicle segment. We appreciate your viewership, and that's where we call it a day for this edition of News Hour. Thank you for watching. On behalf of the news team, I am Grace Komalafe, wishing you a happy Easter celebration. SOUQ Pulse.